Settled as early as 1000 BC, Samoa was not reached by European explorers until the 18th century. International rivalries in the latter half of the 19th century were settled by an 1899 treaty in which Germany and the US divided the Samoan archipelago. The US formally occupied its portion, a smaller group of eastern islands with the excellent harbor of Pago Pago, the following year. Hyde. Geography, American Samoa Panel, expanded. Location, Oceania, group of islands in the South Pacific Ocean, about halfway between Hawaii and New Zealand. Geographic coordinates, 1420 S, 170 00W. Map references, Oceania. Area, total, 224 square kilometers. Land, 224 square kilometers. Water, 0 square kilometers. Note, includes Rose Island and Swains Island. Country comparison to the world, 216. Area, comparative, slightly larger than Washington, D.C. Land boundaries, 0 kilometers. Coastline, 116 kilometers. Maritime claims, territorial sea, 12 nanometers. Exclusive economic zone, 200 nanometers. Climate, tropical marine, moderated by southeast trade winds. Annual rainfall averages about 3 meters. Rainy season, November to April. Dry season, May to October. Little seasonal temperature variation. Terrain, 5 volcanic islands with rugged peaks and limited coastal plains. 2 coral atolls, Rose Island, Swains Island. Elevation, 0 meters lowest point, Pacific Ocean. 964 highest point, Lata Mountain. Natural resources, pumice, pumicite. Land use, agricultural land, 21.8%, 2014 estimate. Arable land, 61.22%, 2014 estimate. Permanent crops, 38.78%, 2014 estimate. Permanent pasture, 0%, 2014 estimate. Forest, 78.2%, 2014 estimate. Other, 0%, 2014 estimate. Irrigated land, 0 square kilometers, 2012. Natural hazards, cyclones common from December to March. Volcanism, limited volcanic activity on the Ofu and Alosga Islands, neither has erupted since the 19th century. Environment, current issues, limited supply of drinking water, pollution, waste disposal, coastal and stream alteration, soil erosion. Geography, note, Pago Pago has one of the best natural deepwater harbors in the South Pacific Ocean, sheltered by shade from rough seas and protected by peripheral mountains from high winds. Strategic location in the South Pacific Ocean. Hyde. People and Society, American Samoa Panel, expanded. Population, 50,826, July 2018 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 211. Nationality, noun, American Samoans, U.S. nationals. Adjective, American Samoan. Ethnic groups, Pacific Islander 92.6%, includes Samoan 88.9%, Tongan 2.9%, other 8%, Asian 3.6%, includes Filipino 2.2%, other 1.4%, mixed 2.7%, other 1.2%, 2010 estimate. Note, data represent population by ethnic origin or race. Languages, Samoan 88.6%, closely related to Hawaiian and other Polynesian languages. English 3.9%, Tongan 2.7%, other Pacific Islander 3%, other 1.8%, 2010 estimate. Note, most people are bilingual. Religions, Christian 98.3%, other 1%, unaffiliated 0.7%, 2010 estimate. Age structure, 0-14 years, 29.59%, male 7,732/female 7,305. 15-24 years, 18.42%, male 4,695/female 4,669. 25-54 years, 36.79%, male 9,255/female 9,442. 55-64 years, 8.96%, male 2,244/female 2,310. 65 years and over, 6.24%, male 1,486/female 1,688. 2018 estimate. Population pyramid. Median age, total, 26.1 years. Male, 25.6 years. Female, 26.5 years, 2018 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 151. Population growth rate, the average annual percent change in the population, resulting from a surplus, or deficit, of births over deaths and the balance of migrants entering and leaving a country. The rate may be positive or negative. The growth rate is a factor in determining how great a burden would be imposed on a country by the changing needs of its people for infrastructure, for example, schools, hospitals, housing, roads, resources, for example, food, water, electricity, and jobs. Rapid population growth can be seen as more population growth rate field listing, -1.35%, 2018 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 231. Birth rate, 19 births/1,000 population, 2018 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 83. Death rate, 5.9 deaths/1,000 population, 2018 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 166. Net migration rate, -26.7 migrant s/1,000 population, 2017 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 221. Urbanization, urban population, 87.2% of total population, 2018. Rate of urbanization, 0.07% annual rate of change, 2015-20 estimate. Major urban areas, population, 49,000 Pago, capital, 2018. Sex ratio, at birth, 1.06 male s/female, 2017 estimate. 0-14 years, 0.96 male s/female, 2017 estimate. 15-24 years, 0.96 male s/female, 2017 estimate. 25-54 years, 1.06 male s/female, 2017 estimate. 55-64 years, 0.96 male s/female, 2017 estimate. 65 years and over, 0.85 male s/female, 2017 estimate. Total population, 1 male s/female, 2017 estimate. Infant mortality rate, total, 10.8 deaths/1,000 live births, 2018 estimate. Male, 12.7 deaths/1,000 live births, 2018 estimate. Female, 8.9 deaths/1,000 live births, 2018 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 128. Life expectancy at birth, total population, 73.9 years, 2018 estimate. Male, 71.6 years, 2018 estimate. Female, 76.2 years, 2018 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 131. Total fertility rate, 2.57 children born, woman, 2018 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 75. Drinking water source, improved, urban, 100% of population, 2015 estimate. Rural, 100% of population, 2015 estimate. Total, 100% of population, 2015 estimate. Unimproved, urban, 0% of population, 2015 estimate. Rural, 0% of population, 2015 estimate. Total, 0% of population, 2015 estimate. Sanitation facility access, improved, urban, 62.5% of population, 2015 estimate. Rural, 62.5% of population, 2015 estimate. Total, 62.5% of population, 2015 estimate. Unimproved, urban, 37.5% of population, 2015 estimate. Rural, 37.5% of population, 2015 estimate. Total, 37.5% of population, 2015 estimate. HIV/AIDS, adult prevalence rate, NA. HIV/AIDS, people living with HIV/AIDS, NA. HIV/AIDS, deaths, NA. Major infectious diseases, note. Active local transmission of Zika virus by Aedes species mosquitoes has been identified in this country. As of August 2016, it poses an important risk. A large number of cases possible among U.S. citizens if bitten by an infective mosquito. Other less common ways to get Zika are through sex, via blood transfusion, or during pregnancy, in which the pregnant woman passes Zika virus to her fetus. Education expenditures. Hide. Government, American Samoa Panel, expanded. Country name. Conventional long form, American Samoa. Conventional short form, American Samoa. Abbreviation, AS. Etymology. The name Samoa is composed of two parts, Sa meaning sacred and Mo meaning center, so the name can mean holy center. Alternatively, it can mean place of the sacred Mo bird of Polynesian mythology. Dependency status. Unincorporated unorganized territory of the U.S., administered by the Office of Insular Affairs, U.S. Department of the Interior. Government type, presidential democracy, a self-governing territory of the U.S. Capital. Name, Pago Pago. Geographic coordinates, 1416 S, 17042 W. Time difference, UTC 11, 6 hours behind Washington, D.C., during Standard Time. Note, pronounced Pango Pango. Administrative divisions. Territory of the U.S. There are no first-order administrative divisions as defined by the U.S. government, but there are 3 districts and 2 islands at the second order: Eastern, Manua, Rose Island, Swains Island, Western. Independence. For most countries, this entry gives the date that sovereignty was achieved and from which nation, empire, or trusteeship. For the other countries, the date given may not represent independence in the strict sense, but rather some significant nationhood event such as the traditional founding date or the date of unification, federation, confederation, establishment, fundamental change in the form of government, or state succession. For a number of countries, the establishment of statehood. More independence field listing. Territory of the U.S. National holiday, Flag Day, 17 April, 1900. Constitution. History, adopted the 17th of October 1960, revised the 1st of July 1967, 2017. Amendments, proposed by either House of the Legislative Assembly. Passage requires 3/5 majority vote by the membership of each House, approval in a referendum, and approval by the U.S. Secretary of the Interior. Amended 1971, 1977, 1979, 2017. Legal system. Mixed legal system of U.S. common law and customary law. Citizenship. See United States. Suffrage. 18 years of age. Universal. Executive branch. Chief of State, President Donald J. Trump. Since the 20th of January 2017, Vice President Michael R. Pence. Since the 20th of January 2017, Head of Government, Governor Lolomatolasi Maliga. Since the 3rd of January 2013. Cabinet. Cabinet consists of 12 department directors appointed by the governor with the consent of the legislature or FONO. Elections/appointments. President and Vice President indirectly elected on the same ballot by an electoral college of electors chosen from each state to serve a 4-year term, eligible for a second term, under the U.S. Constitution. Residents of unincorporated territories, such as American Samoa, do not vote in elections for U.S. President and Vice President. However, they may vote in Democratic and Republican presidential primary elections. Governor and Lieutenant Governor directly elected on the same ballot by absolute majority popular vote in 2 rounds if needed for a 4-year term, eligible for a second term. Election last held on the 8th of November 2016, next to be held in November 2020. Election results. Lolomatolasi Maliga re-elected governor in first round. Percent of vote. Lolomatolasi Maliga, Independent 60.2%, far right of El Sunia, Democratic Party 35.8%. Tuika, Independent 4%. Legislative branch. Description. Bicameral legislature or FONO consists of Senate, 18 seats, members indirectly selected by regional governing councils to serve 4-year terms. House of Representatives, 21 seats, 20 members directly elected by simple majority vote and 1 decided by public meeting on Swains Island. Members serve 2-year terms. Elections. Senate, last held on the 8th of November 2016, next to be held in November 2020. House of Representatives, last held on the 8th of November 2016, next to be held in November 2018. Election results. Senate, percent of vote by party, seats by party, Independent 18. House of Representatives, percent of vote by party, seats by party, Independent 20. Note, American Samoa elects 1 member by simple majority vote to serve a 2-year term as a delegate to the U.S. House of Representatives. The delegate can vote when serving on a committee and when the House meets as the Committee of the Whole House, but not when legislation is submitted for a full floor House vote. Election of delegate last held on the 8th of November 2016, next to be held in November 2018. Judicial branch, highest courts, High Court of American Samoa, consists of the Chief Justice, Associate Chief Justice, and 6 Samoan Associate Judges and organized into trial, family, drug, and appellate divisions. Note: American Samoa has no U.S. federal courts. Judge selection and term of office. Chief Justice and Associate Chief Justice appointed by the U.S. Secretary of the Interior to serve for life. Samoan Associate Judges appointed by the Governor to serve for life. Subordinate courts, district and village courts. Political parties and leaders: Democratic Party, Fagafaga Daniel Ankilda. Republican Party, Utu Abe Mali, Chairman. International Organization Participation, OSIS, Observer. Interpol, Sub-Euro, IOC, PIF, Observer, SPC. Diplomatic representation in the U.S. Non-territory of the U.S. Diplomatic representation from the U.S. Non-territory of the U.S. Flag description: blue, with a white triangle edged in red that is based on the fly side and extends to the hoist side. A brown and white American bald eagle flying toward the hoist side is carrying 2 traditional Samoan symbols of authority, a war club known as a fua or fa'i, upper, left talon, and a coconut fiber fly whisk known as a fua, lower, right talon. The combination of symbols broadly mimics that seen on the U.S. Great Seal and reflects the relationship between the U.S. and American Samoa. National symbols: a national symbol is a formal, floral, or other abstract representation, or some distinctive object, that over time has come to be closely identified with a country or entity. Not all countries have national symbols. A few countries have more than one. National symbols field listing: a coconut fiber fly whisk, representing wisdom, crossed with a toa staff, representing authority. National colors: red, white, blue. National anthem: a generally patriotic musical composition, usually in the form of a song or hymn of praise, that evokes and eulogizes the history, traditions, or struggles of a nation or its people. National anthems can be officially recognized as a national song by a country's constitution or by an enacted law, or simply by tradition. Although most anthems contain lyrics, some do not. National anthem field listing: name, America Samoa, American Samoa. Lyrics/music: Mariota Tumalutuia Sosopo, Napoleon Andrew Tuai Teleli Paga. Note: local anthem adopted 1950, as a territory of the United States. The Star-Spangled Banner is official. See United States. Hide. Economy: American Samoa Panel, Expanded Economy. Overview: American Samoa is a traditional Polynesian economy in which more than 90% of the land is communally owned. Economic activity is strongly linked to the U.S., with which American Samoa conducts most of its commerce. Tuna fishing and processing are the backbone of the private sector, with processed fish products as the primary exports. The fish processing business accounted for 15.5% of employment in 2015. In late September 2009, an earthquake and the resulting tsunami devastated American Samoa and nearby Samoa, disrupting transportation and power generation, and resulting in about 200 deaths. The U.S. Federal Emergency Management Agency oversaw a relief program of nearly $25 million. Transfers from the U.S. government add substantially to American Samoa's economic well-being. Attempts by the government to develop a larger and broader economy are restrained by Samoa's remote location, its limited transportation, and its devastating hurricanes. Tourism has some potential as a source of income and jobs. GDP, purchasing power parity, $658 million. 2016 estimate: $674.9 million. 2015 estimate: $666.9 million. 2014 estimate. Note: data are in 2016 US dollars. Country comparison to the world: 209. GDP, official exchange rate: $658 million. 2016 estimate: 2016 estimate. GDP, real growth rate, -2.5%, 2016 estimate, 1.2%, 2015 estimate, 1%, 2014 estimate. Country comparison to the world: 208. GDP, per capita, PPP, $11,200, 2016 estimate, $11,300, 2015 estimate, $11,200, 2014 estimate. Country comparison to the world: 134. GDP, composition, by end use, household consumption, 66.4%, 2016 estimate. Government consumption, 49.7%, 2016 estimate. Investment in fixed capital, 7.3%, 2016 estimate. Investment in inventories, 5.1%, 2016 estimate. Exports of goods and services, 65%, 2016 estimate. Imports of goods and services, minus 93.5%, 2016 estimate. GDP, composition, by sector of origin, agriculture, 27.4%, 2012. Industry, 12.4%, 2012. Services, 60.2%, 2012. Agriculture, products, bananas, coconuts, vegetables, taro, breadfruit, yams, copra, pineapples, papayas, dairy products, livestock. Industries, tuna canneries, largely supplied by foreign fishing vessels, handicrafts. Industrial production growth rate, NA. Labor force, 17,850, 2015 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 213. Labor force, by occupation, agriculture, NA. Industry, 15.5%. Services, 46.4%, 2015 estimate. Unemployment rate, 29.8%, 2005. Country comparison to the world, 206. Population below poverty line. National estimates of the percentage of the population falling below the poverty line are based on surveys of subgroups, with the results weighted by the number of people in each group. Definitions of poverty vary considerably among nations. For example, rich nations generally employ more generous standards of poverty than poor nations. Population below poverty line field listing. NA. Household income or consumption by percentage share. Data on household income or consumption come from household surveys, the results adjusted for household size. Nations use different standards and procedures in collecting and adjusting the data. Surveys based on income will normally show a more unequal distribution than surveys based on consumption. The quality of surveys is improving with time, yet caution is still necessary in making inter-country comparisons. Household income or consumption by percentage share field listing. Lowest 10%, NA. Highest 10%, NA. Budget, revenues, 249 million, 2016 estimate. Expenditures, 262.5 million, 2016 estimate. Taxes and other revenues, 37.8%, of GDP, 2016 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 53. Budget surplus, plus, or deficit, dash, minus 2.1%, of GDP, 2016 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 107. Public debt, 12.2% of GDP, 2016 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 197. Fiscal year, the 1st October to the 30th September. Inflation rate, consumer prices, minus 0.5%, 2015 estimate. 1.4%, 2014 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 5. Exports, $428 million, 2016 estimate. $427 million, 2015 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 179. Exports, partners, Australia 25%, Ghana 19%, Indonesia 15.6%, Burma 10.4%, Portugal 5.1%, 2017. Exports, commodities, canned tuna 93%. Imports, $615 million, 2016 estimate. $657 million, 2015 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 193. Imports, commodities, raw materials for canneries, food, petroleum products, machinery and parts. Imports, partners, Fiji 10.7%, Singapore 10.4%, NZ 10.4%, South Korea 9.3%, Samoa 8.2%, Kenya 6.4%, Australia 5.2%, 2017. Debt, external, NA. Exchange rates, the US dollar is used. Hide, energy, American Samoa panel, expanded. Electricity access, population without electricity, 22,219, 2012. Electrification, total population, 59%, 2012. Electrification, urban areas, 60%, 2012. Electrification, rural areas, 45%, 2012. Electricity, production, 169 million kWh, 2016 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 195. Electricity, consumption, 157.2 million kWh, 2016 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 197. Electricity, exports, 0 kWh, 2016 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 97. Electricity, imports, 0 kWh, 2016 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 118. Electricity, installed generating capacity, 43,000 kilowatts, 2016 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 195. Electricity, from fossil fuels, 98% of total installed capacity, 2016 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 27. Electricity, from nuclear fuels, 0% of total installed capacity, 2017 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 35. Electricity, from hydroelectric plants, 0% of total installed capacity, 2017 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 152. Electricity, from other renewable sources, 2% of total installed capacity, 2017 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 131. Crude oil, production, 0 barrel, day, 2017 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 102. Crude oil, exports, 0 barrel, day, 2015 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 83. Crude oil, imports, 0 barrel, day, 2015 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 86. Crude oil, proved reserves, 0 barrel, the 1st of January 2018 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 100. Refined petroleum products, production, 0 barrel, day, 2015 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 111. Refined petroleum products, consumption, 2,375 barrel, day, 2016 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 192. Refined petroleum products, exports, 0 barrel, day, 2015 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 125. Refined petroleum products, imports, 2,346 barrel, day, 2015 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 188. Natural gas, production, 0 cubic meters, 2017 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 97. Natural gas, consumption, 0 cubic meters, 2017 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 117. Natural gas, exports, 0 cubic meters, 2017 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 59. Natural gas, imports, 0 cubic meters, 2017 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 84. Natural gas, proved reserves, 0 cubic meters, the 1st of January 2014 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 103. Carbon dioxide emissions from consumption of energy, 361,100 Mount, 2017 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 189. Hyde Communications, American Samoa panel, expanded telephones, fixed lines, total subscriptions, 10,000. July 2016 estimate. Subscriptions per 100 inhabitants, 18. July 2016 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 196. Telephone system, general assessment, good telex, telegraph, facsimile, and cellular telephone services. One of the most complete and modern telecommunications systems in the South Pacific Islands. All inhabited islands have telephone connectivity. 2017. Domestic, 18 per 100 fixed line tele density. Domestic satellite system with 1 ComSat Earth station. 2017. International, country code, 1684, satellite Earth station, 1, Intelsat Pacific Ocean. Broadcast media, 3 TV stations. Multi-channel pay TV services are available, about a dozen radio stations, some of which are repeater stations. 2009. Internet country code. .as. Internet users, total, 17,000, July 2016 estimate. Percent of population, 31.3%, July 2016 estimate. Country comparison to the world, 207. Hide. Transportation, American Samoa panel, expanded. Airports, 3, 2016. Country comparison to the world, 192. Airports, with paved runways, total, 3, 2017. Over 3,047 meters, 1, 2017. 914 to 1,523 meters, 1, 2017. Under 914 meters, 1, 2017. Roadways, total, 241 kilometers, 2008. Country comparison to the world, 208. Ports and terminals, major seaports, Pago Pago. Hide. Military and security, American Samoa panel, expanded. Military. Note, defense is the responsibility of the U.S. Hide. Transnational issues, American Samoa panel, expanded. Disputes, international, Total Au included American Samoa's Swains Island, Alaska, in its 2006 draft independence constitution.